Let it in, London.
Cable 10, Aurora, Illinois Community Access Channel.
Let's get weird, buddy. Let's get weird.
Your life is your own, Carol.
Guys,
We're here for you, Carol.
where are we?
Well, if there's a bright center to the universe, you're on the planet that it's farthest from.
Welcome to the Outer Rim. Enjoy your stay.
We're sorry we upset you, Carol.
Yeah. Had to.
Yeah, you know, it's fun. It's fun.
I mean, I worked hard on the original intro, but I think it's just I knew that it was really because I didn't really have much to go on for what this show had out there for me to use or even tinker with or have ideas with until we saw that first episode. And from the moment they all said, "We're here for you, Carol," it was like, that's the intro. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a bunch of versions of us just saying, and I love it. I love it. It lets me flex my creativity, and yeah. And thank you for helping out with your end of it. I didn't want to. You had to I had to have you in there. I didn't want to just be me dressed in different costumes because I was like, shit, man, am I just gonna dress up in all my costumes and like?
Well, yeah, and folks, the great thing is that I just get a text saying, "Can you say this? I want to throw this into the intro." And I'm like, okay, is it just going to be audio? Is it going to be pictures? I should probably brush my hair. It was like in the morning with like everything going in 90 different directions. So no, it looks great. And yeah, that's the fun thing about these shows is it unlocks our own little bit of creativity to do things, which is great considering an incredibly creative show about humans that, I don't know, could they create anymore? Kind of a lot of ideas in this one, where we get touch on this week.
Yeah. And I love, what I love about Carol is that I don't love her.
Yeah.
Rhea Seehorn is killing it as always, but like what we saw in the first two episodes was like reasonable, right? I mean, this happens to you, and you'd think, okay, she's this. Who wouldn't be miserable? Like the people that she meets, that are all like, we can't wait to join the mental collective, the hive mind. They can't wait. Now, old dude who has his harem is probably doesn't really want this.
Sure.
Weird that her only ally is the biggest creep there.
Oh, yeah.
It might even end up being like that. Like, hey, like she might literally have to go, you're the only person, and I hate that I have to come to you. But in order to stop this, we might have to be like, I'm going to have to team up with this weirdo. But we see her in all her emotions. We get to see how, like, so much good setup of her emotional state affecting them. So that we really, when we get into episode 3, we're still finding out more, but like we have a baseline for her, and it she loses her love of her life. And all of her emotional reactions are reasonable.
Oh, yeah.
And what we see of her is, like we know how she feels about her work, but she also has work that she's proud of and wants to put out there. It just never gets to happen. The only work that she puts out is this mindless crap.
Sure.
And then the world ends. And then her girlfriend, wife, whatever, dies. Of all the people that are now not there, she's not one of them. And
it's great because it kind of makes her unique. And I think they established that really in that opening scene here nicely, which, is beautiful and so on. And look, I'm not saying that a luxury resort involves sleeping on ice blocks, but what it sets up is she is the curmudgeon of the relationship. like you said, you don't really like her. And she doesn't really like things. Helen was the emotional breath. She's the, ooh, check this out. It's beautiful in the carvings in here. And all Carol is like, I'm cold. I'm sleeping on ice. What the heck are we doing here? Can we get an actual bed? So it's great because when we get that set up, it totally explains in so many ways, or even gives, I guess, more depth, why she is so different from all the other, I don't know, individuals, the 11 other ones that she spoke with and everyone else. Is she's a freaking downer in life.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of getting at, was that we saw her in a certain light that makes sense. But now in the beginning of this, we see thousands of days prior to any of this. She's miserable. She has always been like this, presumably. Somewhere down the line, she became this way. So it makes you kind of look differently at her from the first episodes, which is, again, as reasonable as her reactions are to an event like this. We also know that she's still just being herself.
Right.
And that herself is like, I don't know how Helen did it. Because she's just, like, what I love about that beginning scene is it's this luxurious experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard about the ice hotels a while ago, and I want to go. I wanted to go. Sign me up.
We did a James Bond movie in an ice hotel like that. It's like, this is top of the world stuff.
You go there knowing what you're getting into.
Yeah.
But everything she looks around at, she's like surprised that, oh my God, it's actual ice. When it's like, So I don't know if they're like, because you see her, she's got pills. Now, were those always her pills? Like this, has she had to take pills for mood disorders? Again, we haven't even scratched the surface on who Carol is. We just know now that she's been like this for a good long time. And I mean, I would love it. Plus I've been playing Alan Wake 2, and a lot of the characters in there talk with the Norwegian accent. I was really digging that guy's voice. And just that whole thing, like, you're in this place, you are in a position to go to places like this and experience things and enjoy your success and everything. But when she's not even enjoying that, this is a break. She's not enjoying the success of her new book. She just gets told, or is it her first? I don't know. But like, she's told, hey, you're popular and you're on the bestsellers list, and it's still not enough. Like, it's, where am I on the list? Like, she's thinking about that instead of the vacation for her mindless crap that she doesn't even like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So one of the reasons why, because there's a lot of people like that, and unfortunately I have to shine a mirror on myself because I've been that person.
Yeah.
That just looks for, like, you could be like, I have been in places even as recent as this year where I'm surrounded by joy and I'm pissed off and I'm indignant, and I just will not be told anything by anyone.
Sure.
To be happy and to just enjoy the moment. Don't let this get you down. Don't let that get you down. And it's like, when somebody presses, I double down. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going to be even worse. So it's
how dare you cheer me up?
So one of the things that I love about this is that I don't love her, and it makes me realize, like, this, I am like this sometimes. People are like this sometimes, and I shouldn't like make myself feel bad over this, because I think everybody has these moments that they're like this. But it seems to be her resting state of just misery.
Well, and the great thing is it's so isolating. And obviously she is this way normally, but now she is doubly isolated in a world that is all together. So it's like, it's such a huge gulf between, and we get this because after last week, she stops Air Force One, stop, to get Zosha back. And as soon as she has her, she can't interact with her. In fact, does everything to almost push her away because she can't. It's like she needs that connection. She needs that somebody, something to connect with. But she's so angry and so, well, isolationary, really, that she can't deal with it. I mean, again, she can't even ask for groceries. She has to be like, I have to do this by myself. I am an independent woman. Which I can totally understand, man. I can't do DoorDash, man. I need to go to the grocery store and wander around and do my things. You know, it just seems like the way to do it. But
Yeah,
for her,
you don't want people touching your stuff. It's just it's normal.
Yeah.
Like there's something about the ritual of it all, of being there and looking and saying, this one, you know, whatever it is.
I like this box. Oh, that's a partially squished box. I want a perfect
exactly
box.
like,
or just, hey, there's some pepperoni. I feel like some pepperoni tonight. Let me, you know, you get inspired when you shop.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you're just looking on your phone or your laptop or whatever while you're ordering, that's just like, again, it's just like, you could be like, oh crap, I already sent the order when I realized I want this, and this.
Right.
Like, and you can still, that still happens when you go to the grocery store.
Yeah, I still forget stuff. We all do. But again, it's just one of those things of like, you know, that isolation, even so much so that when Zosha brings up Helen's memories, you know, and she remembers the ice house and the thing, she's like, you can't, everything is so much protective of her identity. She can't even share those things. She's got to, you know, it's one more reason to push away. I can't deal with humanity, but she also can't just be with herself. So
it's like, why did you get her off that plane? Other than like Helen was her brick wall to bound, you know, to just be who she is. She doesn't want to be miserable by herself. She needs misery loves company.
True.
And she just wants one. She barely wants that. And she wants that person to basically just kind of let her be this way.
Right.
Because we've never, you know, again, so much of this is, almost all of this is from Carol's perspective.
Oh yeah.
So we haven't seen like scenes like where, you know, Zaja leaves and goes and reports. Do they make reports on her? Do they talk about her? Do they just sit there literally, because they don't have to, I guess. Yeah. They can just go in a closet and just stare off into space and have a conversation with the rest of the world about Carol. But do they have it? Like when she sits in the car after she leaves, and do they just all in a blink of an eye have this conversation about what do we do about Carol?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess they do, because they keep trying. I like how she, at least in this episode, has tried to control her temper.
Yes. Really does.
She's at least learned that she doesn't want to kill everybody. Because it's kind of like, what happens, like if you were to be able to break this, could you snap everybody out? And the more people you kill, like the more people that you freak out and kill are people that you can't bring back.
Right.
I mean,
if you find a cure for, well, and it's also, I think she's still at like, that's still murder to her, you know, she still killed these people, even if they're all drones to a hive mind or whatever, because again, that's, I think part of the isolation is, even though she treats Zosha as, you are just a mouthpiece for a hive mind, it's like, yeah, but you're my mouthpiece and I don't want to deal with constantly changing mouthpieces. I just want the one who looks like the cute pirate lady.
Yeah, and speaking of what I said, that we're seeing all this from her perspective, one of the cool and almost frustrating things about this story is, in other shows,
right,
people express things to other people. Carol is this she's closed off to us as an audience member.
Right.
We have no idea what is actually in her head, how that brain functions and thinks about any of this. It is all just reaction reaction to something. And we were left to guess and piece together certain things. Like, it's interesting that she watches the Golden Girls and they focus on Betty White's parts when they show her watching it. Betty White, who is just constantly cheerful and funny and just naive, that brings joy and laughter, is the one that we keep seeing from her. She's watching somebody be that way, but she can't experience like her own joy. She like is she trying? Is it like, if I watch this, like, is she trying to find something to bring out joy? Or does she have that joy? She just doesn't ever let it out. She's not laughing. She's not smiling. She's not acting like she's taking in the joke. And maybe she's seen it 100 times. This is probably comfort food for her, but she's still not getting any comfort from it. And it's all just up here. When they go to the grocery store and she's just standing there watching them, we don't know what's in her head other than maybe like, this is weird, like this, I can't believe they're doing this. So
read a book, look at the internet, do something.
There's got to be some point where they're going to take us backwards to really crack open Carol's brain.
Right.
And I can't wait till we get there, because until then, it is just like, my goodness, man, like, as much as I actually really sympathize too, because again, if I was like Carol, like, see, if Carol and I would be buds in this situation. If she found me as another person, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, we need to fix this. I would be her ally. I wouldn't be one of those hive speak, like, oh, I can't wait to join the collective. No way, man. No way. But see, they can't have that in the show. There's less drama if she has an ally like me.
Sure. She'd have to learn Spanish. I think that may end up being the guy down in...
Yeah. Yeah, the guy that she can't talk to, the guy that she's swearing at might actually be an ally. Which I'm kind of surprised that they didn't... It kind of sounded like that's what they were going to do. It was like, as soon as we get back, let's go. Or we could go there now, but they don't, because, she hangs up on him.
Well, that's kind of the nice zig and zag they do with the show, because, partly throughout the episode, I kept expecting him to just show up and, being like her going after everybody else, that he just shows up, finding that there's somebody there. But also I'm like, but maybe that'll be the long pull out that we do, the long sneak that we do. Like you say, we'll spend time in with Carol, and then eventually, once she hits a point, then we may flash back and deal with this other person. Yeah. But again, the show is going in its own directions. It gives a hint like, this is what we're going to touch on, and then instead zooms over this way and deals with a whole other different idea of her world and kind of the whole, how the hive mind deals with things. Yeah.
Woodrow in the chat says, Kepler 22b Pirate Lady.
Well, Kepler's a planet. I mean, a star system. I think 22b, is that the Tatooine system? Is that the twin star system? I've got a coffee cup from JPL that has Kepler, but I think thought that was 16b. Anyway, but yes, Pirate Lady. That's all I refer to Zosha as.
Okay. Well, if you have more on that, Woodrow, I would love to hear it. I've been at work again all day today. My brain has been taxed to the limit. And I already recorded the Critical Role episode right after I got home.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Finished watching it, then recorded the video, then uploaded the video, then watched Pluribus episode 3 again, took notes, and somehow made some food at the other, and then came in the studio, and here we are talking about it. So it's been a day, and it's warm out in November, which I'm not complaining about that, but it woke up all the damn beetles again. So now they're worse now. Anyway, back to the show. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so yeah, again, bringing back to the hive mind people. So I guess the big moment really is the grocery store.
Yeah.
We've got like the plane and everything, and they take every memory that they've ever had to create a better circumstance for her. He says a habitable zone planet in the system the signal came from.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember them saying how far it was, but I didn't remember the star system being mentioned. So that's awesome. Thank you, Woodrow.
Yeah, thank you for the extra information. Always. So I guess, okay, first off, when she gets to the grocery store and there's nobody there, I don't know what she expected. I guess it wouldn't be that it would be completely empty. It's been recent, but
Yeah.
it shows how fast they're moving. And again, if they were shopping, if they were concerned about shopping, there would be stuff there. So when there's nobody there, I guess I don't know how I feel about the reaction overall to this moment, because it just, to me, is par for course. I'd be like, oh, of course.
Sure.
It's all gone.
Well, because she's expecting it to be like just as everything is, but doesn't realize that, like, and I think that's a good constant thing to happen of no matter what we're seeing in front of us, there are billions of busy bees doing stuff. Even when they get the 100 people and all the trucks that come in to restock the groceries in like an hour, they're still, that's like nothing compared to everything else they have. So it's this idea of this again. Why have a grocery store? Just leave everything in distribution. Nobody's living in houses anymore. I don't know if they're in hotels. They're just sleeping on the floor. They haven't changed clothes. Like, why would you? You don't need to present yourself to anybody. There's nobody you're impressing. I mean, you really start to see the machinations of what this world reality is. And in my mind, I think it only underscores how much Carol is right. We have to stop this. This is the death of humanity. What is this?
Yeah. And again, this is one of the great, that poses this question of like, because I mean, I get it. I also get it the other way.
Right.
Where like, is like what we're doing now on this planet.
Sure.
Without a TV show. It's not working. It's working for a couple of people.
Sure. Literal handful
of people, and no one else.
Yeah.
We're filled with hate. We're filled with rage. We're filled with ignorance, the inability to work with each other, the inability to look beyond our differences, the gullibleness of people who are pissed off and want answers and aren't getting them from the right places and aren't being taken care of by anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And this signal gets found. If this signal got found here, and this is what happened, I don't know if that's as much as like I love it, because I want to like fully just say it's good. It would be good for this planet that we actually live on. But it's all about like, basically, do we have the right to destroy ourselves?
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. That's what I'm asking is, but is it? I mean, it's better in so many ways. The capacity that you can with a civilization, a worldwide civilization, to be able to achieve goals and orchestrate systems and coordinate behaviors. The potentiality of what you could achieve with that is astounding. It really is. In many ways, I've been reading up a lot on AI, and this is very much almost like a human AI system all coordinated and moving together in one kind of, consistent idea. It's the Borg collective in so many ways. But to what end? You can achieve a group goal, but what would that be for humanity? And in fact, I think as we go in, we start to get little hints in this episode of the pluses and minuses of this hive mind. Like, for instance, they can't lie. Deception seems almost antithetical to them. Like, it's that, especially since they all agree, what is the point of a lie? It's so at least you get honest information from them. They can't deceive you. Again, that's important because why would you deceive anybody else in the system if everybody is part of the one big system? You would only want truth because you would only be hampering yourself. It's not effective for an organization, for an organism like that. But that does make them susceptible to the small number of outside influences that can go on. Also, they're always happy. If you notice that, they're always happy. And I think what that means is, here, we'll get a little science here, folks.
Yes.
I think what this virus has done is it's hijacked the limbic system. The limbic system is that kind of base submammalian processing center in the brain at the edge of the cortex that basically deals with all of our instinctual drives, our dealing with emotions, happy, sadness, things like that, reproduction, the urge to care for our children, all very base level instinctual kind of drives. And I think by hijacking it, they've basically drugged all of the bodies into a state of perpetual joy and happiness, which is why when Carol gets mad at them, it kills them. It can mess them up because it disrupts that limbic system that's trying to keep everything happy, but now it's got to deal with all this negative, sad emotion. And I think the way that this, I'm going to keep calling it a virus because it's effectively what it is, how that's infected the body is however it connects them to the, universal cloud of memories. It also makes them susceptible to disruptions in that limbic system. Which is, again, I think that's why you get a loss of so many whenever they get upset. Also, their drive is instinctual. The Pirate Lady says it herself when Carol asks about, are you still trying to make me one of you? She's like, oh yeah, sorry, it's instinctual. It's a drive. It's a biological
imperative.
It's a biological imperative. Exactly. They cannot stop that. And again, I think that's part of that hijacking of the limbic system because they need to keep anybody that's not part of their group happy or they get affected too, which is why I think that we want you to be happy, Carol. Anything that you want, Carol. We don't mind using these, what we think are massive resources, but on a planetary scale, again, a few hundred, the lights of a city. Who cares about powering a city when you can turn the rest of the United States off? It's an insignificant additional power usage to try and keep this system running as cleanly as possible.
Could she ask them to look further into what is making them this way?
Potentially, yes. She could possibly, because of those needs, hijack some of their resources to work for her.
Yeah. Could you reverse engineer this? And make basically the opposite? Could you make a cure for this? Asking them like that. Yeah.
Well, maybe not directly, because that same biological imperative may resist them to doing something to damage themselves. But she may be able to ask them to do parts of it that she then assembles those parts together or doesn't let them know what they're doing, though they have massive intelligence and can probably figure out. I mean, there are complications in doing that. But I think, in a way, I think you're right. I think she could hijack their systems to serve her if she figured out how to do that.
Or also to try to kind of do the whammy on them, which is I want you to find out why. if you don't really understand it, right? They don't question it, right? They just I guess they would all have the collective knowledge of how this was made, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why can't they say it? Why can't they express it better
Well, no,
than
they
they
do,
have?
but to them, it's all positive. Oh, this is what happened. We made this virus and it came in and it taught us and it opened up our consciousness and connected everything. And we are so much better now. That limbic system keeps everything happy. It's controlling those emotions. So everything has a positive edge to it.
I guess what I'm trying to say is like, couldn't they explain it better, the how it feels and how it works? But I like Bill's comment here. All of the weird restrictions makes it feel like the virus was designed in a lab to fix the universe's problems.
Yeah, but see, this is where, to me, it makes it interesting and why looking at a virus is, to me, a virus's whole point is to replicate itself, to spread itself. So I think they're going to be taking all the world's resources to build giant transmitters to send additional signals out into the universe. The question that I have is, what outside of that would be the purpose of humanity? What's its drive to evolve? What's its drive to create? Ultimately, what I worry about is, will it even have a drive to reproduce?
Yes, that's another point that I was definitely going to get to, which is, it's like, do they even know yet, like, how potentially useless they all are, other than the goal to, like, just leaving dead planets behind.
Yeah.
Like, to just wither and die. Like, how long do we even have? Like, is there desperation to find the cure for getting the rest of the 11 people into their thing? But also, when they make whatever they need to, like, nobody is talking, like, they're talking about using resources, but they're not talking about replenishing resources.
Yeah.
They're not talking about, we need farmers. If it's all vegetarian, we need all these things. They do have the hospitals open. They have all these things open now, because if something happens to the workers that are doing something, they need to, like, be able to fix them, because that's just still, we're still meat. We're not just, they're not using us and, like, running us off of cliffs. We're not, like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
And so, you see just people coming out of their houses, like when they were filling up the grocery. I mean, there was a lady just walking out of nowhere. Like, all the people just come out of their house to do it. Also, I have been at the beginning of a grocery store. Okay. Between you and I, we have so many things we've witnessed.
Yes.
I've been at ground zero for the opening of a grocery store. And I'll tell you something, they did it better. In a couple of hours, they got it done. A whole bunch of people getting paid took weeks.
Sure.
So at least in that,
its efficiency is astounding. What else do you have to do but what the hive mind is directing you to do? You don't care to watch a show. You don't.
Everybody's doing. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, again, some of this stuff is like, Vince has crafted this so well, because every time you go, but you have to flip back and forth, and they're like, this is good, this is bad.
There are so many small things in this that I appreciate. For instance, when Zosha comes to drop off the hand grenade, we see it all from outside. We don't get the shot of her Carol getting on the couch, looking through the window, doing the thing. They do one shot outside. You see her pass the window, the blind move, close, then go back, the light change, and the doors open. We totally get what she did, but for what would in so many other shows be 3-4 different cuts, they do in one single shot, which just, I don't know. When you minimize cuts, I think it just draws you into the action more. When you keep splicing and jumping all over the place unnecessarily. I think it's just distracting. And again, it's just one of those just efficient filmmaking bits. Let's just do one camera shot and tell that whole story in an instant because the audience wants to move on anyway.
Oh, the editing in this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The way that, I mean, just from the way that they started this show, just this, then cut to this, then cut to this. We know we don't, there's beats in the middle that we don't know, and then they can go back and dole it out to us
Mm-hmm.
to get a little bit more, which, I mean, speaking of like like the way they deliver exposition, right? The whole grocery store thing to me was just an exposition dump without telling us too much, right? It's like, okay, how do we explain this? Empty grocery store. Turn off all the lights. How do we explain this? It's because nobody works at night. You know, it's all really, they're not wasting time.
Well,
They can make these shows like, they can make this show like every other show and be like an hour long with all these extra walking around and talking things. And they don't waste time on that.
Well, and they let you experience the feeling like Carol is seeing it. So you are understanding it all from that emotional reactive standpoint, as opposed to just having it being like spoon fed into you, you know?
And after all of that complaining about getting her grocery store back and listening to the soothing sounds of Sade,
I love that.
That was such a great touch. That is like the grocery store type
just the
song.
music, just perfect.
It's not a knock on Sade.
No.
Very soothing music. It's got a good vibe, man. I got to admit it. She's the sweetest taboo. I can't do it, but
no. I remember there's a meme going around. There used to be like, you know, I've heard this music in the, you know, live. Man, that's my jam. I hear it on the radio. Yeah, that's my jam. And it goes through this list. And the last one is like, and I hear it at the grocery. Now I'm old enough. I hear it in the grocery store. Yeah, that's my jam.
Right. It's
the hit radio songs from the 80s and 90s are now your store music that you shop with.
thankfully a lot of my music they wouldn't play at a grocery store. I have to actually go in. See, my grocery store, we have we don't even we used to have music, but they wanted to cut back on a lot of things. So now there's like a little fucking, what the hell they call those things. I never had one, so I don't even remember what they are, but the little music,
like a little MP3 player box.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they got Pandora on there.
Yeah.
And they just listen, you know, they have like country, whatever. And I, when I'm there and I'm in charge of the radio in the morning, I just throw on the Radiohead channel and I get to hear Radiohead, The Cure, Pixies, all kinds of great stuff.
Nice.
So when I'm walking around and I get to hear Where Is My Mind at my job.
You get to add your own musical commentary. That's nice. That's special.
But when she, I love our conversation. This is a great conversation show. So I was saying about the grocery store was that she makes this big stink. She gets her cart. She goes home, and what do we see? She's eating like a TV dinner that she doesn't even like.
Yeah.
After all of that, she looks at it, she smells it, she tastes a little bit, and she just puts it down. After all of that, still not happy. Another thing, again, that's just like, why were you even upset? Like, why did you take it this far?
You don't really cook, apparently.
Yeah.
You can't take the food that was made for you. Because, it's... She's a curmudgeon.
But what she can do is mix pills and booze.
Well, you know, that's the opportunity to... What consequences at that point, right?
Yeah, if I die, they can't take me.
You just have to pay for that hangover.
Oh.
So glad I don't drink anymore.
Oh, I know, right? But, I mean, that's dangerous as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Which, again, she says it. Fuck it. Which then leads to her asking for the hand grenade. And again, she almost opens up when she has that moment where she is recalling the places that she clearly went, and they are tied into good memories.
Mm-hmm.
I do at least get this, is that she, with the way that they've taken everything, right? Because she says, like, my life is my own. I have all this agency until I don't.
Right.
And then she has these, she starts talking about these memories that she clearly has, but I get that she wants to keep that away from them. It is kind of like taking away, like, your own identity. Like, I don't want to share this with you.
I want a sense of privacy, and you are taking my memories from me. You're sharing everything. Yeah.
Not everything is the shitty thing that happened at the TGI Fridays where they tell her on the plane, like, oh, is this because of that moment? Yeah, Carol, we thought that this would be better. That's one thing. But if you're going to just suddenly throw in, like, something that you're not prepared to share with everybody else, something that was private, something that meant something between you and one other person that no one else should know. Because, I mean, look, they know every dirty, awful secret about everyone. They've only been talking about, and I've mentioned this before, they've only been talking about all the innocuous facts and shit that people just know.
Yeah.
Nobody's talked about how that guy over there in that house used to, do whatever, or that girl did this and this and this, and the bodies, we know where all the bodies are now, right?
Oh, yeah.
She should ask them certain things. She should start asking them about, like, conspiracies and where's Jimmy Hoffa or whatever. Just certain. Is there a Bigfoot? Where did the crash happen at Roswell?
Sure.
There could
That
be a whole
is what
episode
I would be asking. Oh, yeah, for sure. Totally. I'd be all over that shit.
But when they get again to they hit the hotel, bringing it full circle, and again, why didn't she think that they would bring her a live grenade?
Because she doesn't understand the fact that they can't lie, that they have no subterfuge in their existence.
I would have figured out that was a real grenade when she said, "Oh, we'll take it back." What do you worry if it's not real? Why worry about taking it back? If it's just a paperweight, who cares?
Right.
But again, you need to add a bit more drama, which in the end, even though she didn't yell at her, she almost gets this person killed because she's drunk and fucked up on pills and depression and everything else.
Is it grasping the reality that's in her hand?
Yeah. And I almost wonder what would have been like. I mean, it's good that she saved her, but there's part of me that's almost like an experiment of, what if I didn't save her? What would it be like? Who would come? Like, would they all, like, would you have, like, the last memories of Zosha before she died? And would she, like, be like, no, I don't want any part of this or something, like, but it leads to that last moment of, like, why the hell would you guys do this? Give me a bazooka, give me the rockets, give me a tank, and then asking about the nuke. Because I just want to blow shit up. And in the end, like, I do love that that the struggle that this actor portrayed of trying to maintain while she keeps upping the ante, and they don't blink until she says nukes.
Why would you want one? Well, because I don't think there becomes a threat to them at any point until that. Because, like I said, if Zosha had died, that's just a drone. Her consciousness is already uploaded to the cloud. There's no real loss there. That is Carol still identifying with the humanity of why I have to save you and I don't want to lose this one person and so on. Again, that's her humanity, which is, again, prompts that great conversation. Why the hell would you let an idiot like me have a hand grenade?
Well, also goes back to her talking about, would you throw a life preserver to somebody who's drowning? You wouldn't think about it. You just do it.
Right.
She caused if things get blown up, she jumps on to save this person's life. Even if, She doesn't really have to. And there's a look on her face at the end of that where it seems like she's got some kind of idea. Now, the next episode is called Please, Carol. And we're going to get to know another character that we've only seen in the trailers. Now, I don't know if this is the guy that was on the phone or not, but I'm excited for them to branch out and see more things, and hopefully start digging a little more deeper. Rena in the chat says, "Why do they need to assimilate, Carol?" It's a biological imperative, they said. Basically, kind of like how a virus functions. It just does. It's not personal, and again, it speaks to like what the hell? Why doesn't anybody question it even a little? Like, that's why I'm hoping that somewhere they can pull some kind of mental whammy on these guys to make them.
Well, yeah, I think they will, because I think you are right. At the end, the minute they find out that, we would give you a nuclear weapon, that is a sign of a plan, because again, they can't lie. They can't really deny you anything. I think, again, it's a protective instinct of the virus. We have to protect anything that's not us, so they won't try and stop us. We will keep them happy and sedated until we find a way to bring them into the fold.
Is there a line then? If she gets a nuke and she says, "I'm going to blow up like all of you," or "I'm going to find a place where you're doing work that means something to this as the show goes on." Because I mean, I think this is only guaranteed 2 seasons.
Wow. Better than Alien Earth, which did just finally get renewed, by the way. But at least, see, you gotta have seasons like in a row so you can make them and not wait 2 years.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we may get another season of this next year.
Yeah.
And that would be the one reason that I would definitely support a limited number of episodes. If that means we can at least get seasons yearly, fine. Then do 8 episodes or 10 episodes or however many is going to be in this. I think they seem to like to do 8 to 10 on Apple.
Yeah.
Except Slow Horses, which is 6, but also still good. And they give you one every year. Yeah.
That's why British have that kind of 3 to 6 episode thing that they do, which works for them. Works for me too. I like a lot of that stuff.
So I think we will find we're going to start seeing the weaknesses and the problems. And would they stop her? Maybe, even if that killed a certain percentage of them by having them be upset to protect the rest. Maybe. And that would be an interesting question to kind of see. Where is the line?
Is she going? Yeah, I can definitely see her testing the line. But she doesn't want to hurt anybody either. So it's like, because these are, I mean, we don't know if they're savable.
Right. And honestly, the real kind of dark, sad part of this is if she does rescue humanity, she probably loses Pirate Lady. Because who knows if she even speaks English? She may have a family back wherever she came from. You know nothing about her actual life,
Yeah, and it could be like the end of the movie Slither, the James Gunn movie, where you get that's a hive mind movie too. All infected people, they just fucking die.
And then you're the last of 11 people on the planet. Is that? Yeah, it's a lot of interesting places that they can go in. But to me, I love the idea that they really kind of set a lot of the background of the advantages and limitations of the hive mind, and to start to get an idea of like, oh, maybe this is how we can exploit your issues and, I don't know, maybe save humanity. Hopefully, fingers crossed, right?
Well, I trust Vince Gilligan that no matter where it goes, it's going to end in a way that is fitting.
Oh, I firmly believe he knows exactly where he's going. And the only question maybe is, how is the road going to be to get there? But I think he already knows exactly how this show ends.
Yeah. And as Bill says, maybe everyone will be mad at her after if she saves humanity. I mean, and that's the thing, is like
total pariah.
But like, how do you like? But even like, this isn't the first time. I mean, because look, Walter White and Jimmy McGill are both people who made bad choices and ended up getting what they deserved in a way. But it was hard not to sympathize.
Sure.
And kind of want them to, like, I mean, the first time I saw Breaking Bad, all the way through, as I was watching it, I was on Walter White's side the entire time, as bad as his choices were. Why? Not because I thought he was a good guy, but character-wise, I wanted to see how far it would go.
Right.
And same with Jimmy McGill, except in his case, I really, I know that the right answer is he goes to jail. I know it.
Sure.
But I also was like, but people get away with things.
Yeah, but he's still the protagonist.
People get away with things in this world
Protagonist
that they shouldn't. And so either way, they don't, like, it's fitting no matter what. And so I feel like this too will, and I mean, look at like how his X-Files are. I mean, the things almost always have a ending that is like a Twilight Zone, where it's like very fitting the way things go. So Vince he might not know exactly how we're going to get there in every detail.
Right.
But he definitely has this like planned out to where it's going to go. And I can't wait to talk about it more next week when we discuss episode 4. Now, whether it's on Friday or Saturday, keep an eye out. We will find out. I like doing it on Friday nights. So if you're available Friday nights.
Yeah, this actually may work best for me, because Saturdays can get funky, which is why we're Friday night as opposed to tomorrow, Saturday night this week. That was my schedule. But yeah, I kind of like the Friday night thing.
All right. Well, then, unless something else changes, expect us to be here next Friday night around 7 to 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. And I'm not going to tell all the other times. You can figure it out yourself, because you're your own person. Your life is your own, people.
That's right. That's
time
right.
zones. And again, this is such a great, I love these conversations. We've only done 2 of these. This is a blast. And if you're enjoying it as much as we are, and you know, like, because I mean, making weird ass intros and stuff, that's when I know I'm like deeply, I'm in. So if you're liking what we do here, don't forget to hit like, subscribe. We just hit 2,540 subscribers. We're trying to get to 2,750. I just did my Critical Role campaign for episode 6 video. We've got our Outer Rim podcast that we're doing on a whole separate channel where we talk about world and life stuff and politics. And we've got new videos releasing every Monday for that.
Yep.
I don't think you're doing anything else except for doing that and coming
I'm just doing this in the Outer Rim. Yeah.
I'll be doing.
It's a little quiet at the moment, so catch me here and on the Outer Rim pod here on YouTube.
I will probably be doing the first episode of the Mighty 9 review because that apparently dropped and I had no idea.
Yeah,
I had to find out today on Discord, and I was like pissed because I'm at work and I just want to. But I'll be reviewing that. I'll probably be reviewing the first episode of that this weekend, and then doing episodes 2 and 3 Thursday or Friday. My Fridays are busy, man. I've got a lot going on. So keep an eye out on all of that that's going on the channel. And I hope you guys are enjoying these as much as we are enjoying talking about it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Your life is your own, everybody. Until it isn't.
Take us out, Bill Bixby.
Yeah, I loved how she said shoopy shoop shoop.
Oh,
for
yeah.
whatever that saying was. Anyway, bye everybody. Yeah, here comes Bill Bixby. Ba 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 bum. Ba bum 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 bum.